Alright, first I want to ask a question. Who in here as a young kid ever killed an animal and kind of opened it up just to kind of see what was inside? Anybody ever do that as a little kid? Nobody ever killed any bugs or frogs or anything? Alright, well, that's basically what my point is I'm going to be showing everybody how to, I guess, correctly dissect a squid, and this process actually can be also used to dissect other things. Well, basically the safety procedures and how to clean up. The middle stuffs, depending on how the procedure is supposed to be done. I learned this in my biology 1107B class with Dr. Wendy Wolfram. She was given this actually consisted of two different presentations, one over the safety of the class and what to do, and another one she gave us a lecture over the actual process of doing the squid and then had us perform the actual experiment. Okay. Alright, so today basically I will be showing you how to the safety procedures for when you're dissecting, the middle part of actually doing the process of the dissection, and then the cleanup and disposal of your dissected contents. Alright, so basically for most biology labs that you're going to be doing with animals, you would be using two things: gloves and aprons. The aprons, what Dr. Wendy said was the aprons are actually not, you do not have to use them if you do not want to. It depends on if you want the chance of them getting on your clothes. They're very hard to get out, but if you don't think that it's going to happen, then you do not have to wear them. But gloves are essential in wearing. You must wear gloves when you are doing the experiments so you don't spread something to another classmate. All right? So, and another thing that some people also wear is goggles. They don't want something squirting in their eyes, and that could be also very dangerous if that happened to you. All right? Alright, so now we're into the actual experiment of dissecting the squid. So basically what you'll need is your essential equipment: scalpel, scissors, and safety pins. The pins are mainly used for after you cut it open to hold down the skin. After that happens, scalpers are mainly for cutting the outer skin, and the scissors are mainly used to cut the much thicker, harder things. Alright, so once you actually get your squid out of the plastic container, you would immediately start looking for the external characteristics of your squid. So that would include the beak, the arms, eyes, mantle, and pretty much all external things that your professor would have given you in the assignment. Alright, after you do that, you begin to cut open your actual squid. Using scissors, you would cut first the mantle, which actually is on this slide. The mantle is the outer part of the squid, mainly kind of like a fold, if you would say, around the top of the squid. So after you cut that off, then you can start using the scalpel to open up the squid and actually see the inner parts of what you're working with. Alright, so once you open it, then your professor would probably have different things that he would have to do once you were inside of your specimen. So he might have you look for the heart, they might have you look for lungs, liver, gallbladder, different things that are inside of the squid. Then he might have you actually do some other things, like in my class we would cut off one of the arms and we measure it, compare it to another squid, and different things would say if it was a male or a female. It's like it does have a male and female reproductive part, but it's very hard to see. So there's other characteristics that you would go through to see whether you have a male or a female. Alright, so after you finish the really gross part of the experiment, cleanup has to begin. So what you would do is first you dispose of your squid, but you cannot just throw it in the trash can. In your lab, they would have a designated trash can. It's most likely red for the actual specimens that you are dissecting. You would place them in there because they have to go to a special dump or whatever that they would take it to, and if you put it in the other trash can, then something can go very wrong. So after that, you would after that, you would start cleaning your utensils, your plates, and all the stuff that you used in the actual experiment to open up your squid. So you'd probably go to the sink in the corner that your lab has been using and start rinsing it and spray it with whatever disinfectant that your professor has provided for you. So after you finish that, you would put everything back, and then all your cleaning equipment, so paper towels, your gloves that you use, all of that is also not to be put in a trash can, and it's also not supposed to be put into the red bin with the specimen. There's another one, and it's used for disposable things that may have been affected by it, but it's not actually used for the actual animal processes that you put in that other bin. Then once all that's done, you would go back to your station, wipe down the desk, clean off the seats, anything that may have gotten stuff on it you want to clean off, so that the next group that comes in after you will not end up having to touch it. So now, in conclusion, I have taught you how to dissect a squid, the safety procedures for beginning, how to actually perform the dissection, and then what to do after that dissection is over. Thank you for listening, and I enjoyed listening to all of you today.